Welcome to the PodBrother show. The voice you hear right now is the PodBrother. And we're having an amazing party right now. And I thought I'd go out there and I would grab a few guests and see if they might be interested in having a little conversation with the PodBrother. So what's your name?
Hey, my name is Kelly Love.
Kelly Love. I like that. That's a good name.
Thank you.
Is that like your goddess name or is that your...
That is definitely my goddess name.
That's awesome. So, how's this party?
Well, it's amazing. I just arrived, and there's a lot of...
Eat that mic a little bit more.
Fabulous people here. Should I look at you?
You can look at me, and you can look at the camera.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's so beautiful. A lot of beautiful people here. It looks like people coming here from Bhakti Fest, chanting and getting into the prayers of the divine.
That's nice.
And it's also Fantuzzi's birthday.
It is Fantuzzi's birthday. So, you can't really have a completed year without celebrating Fantuzzi's birthday.
Yeah.
He's cool and stuff.
He's cool. He's the cool cat. He's super special. We love him.
Sweet. So, the ceremony, the drumming, what's your favorite part of the night? I know it's still early because Fantuzzi hasn't played yet. But what has been like a memorable moment of the evening so far?
Well, I think right now you're right, very early, but this chanting is so beautiful. I am looking forward to just sitting there and soaking in the vibes, the high vibes of just the surroundings. I think that Fantuzzi on the drums is just going to bring up the energy big time and all the dancing, and it's just going to be really fun.
So are you going to be out there dancing?
Oh, yeah.
Busting a few moves?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be shaking it off.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
We already had some dancing earlier. Anna, she busted out a couple of African ritual moves, looks like.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
She's out there doing her thing.
No way. She's beautiful.
She's awesome. So I expect to see you out there doing your thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be out there shaking it.
Okay. Well, I will be out there next to you shaking it.
Oh, good.
I probably won't be shaking it as good as you, though.
I don't know.
You look like you're the expert at just getting out there, getting your spiritual shake on.
The spirit's about ready to just shake it.
That's it. So now, what else do you do? Are you what is it that you do? What's your claim to fame?
I'm not sure if I have a claim to fame.
So what is your purpose in this universe then?
Well, what I've been doing for the last 2 years is touring all over America with different kirtan artists. Some of them, should I name a few?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, some of them are Johanna Beekman, Garish, Larissa Stowe, and a few other fancy artists, and I suppose and just kind of like traversing America, going back and forth, offering these prayers of the names of the Divine Mother. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years, is really just being on the road.
That sounds like so much fun. I did some hardcore road comic touring. So I've been across this country like 10 times.
Okay, so you know what it's like to be on tour.
Yes, I know the drill.
You know what it's like to want to be off the tour.
I know the drill. I've been on the high corporate rock, stadium tours all the way down to just me and my car.
Yeah.
Hitting every little small town between, here and nowhere.
For sure. We've done the flight circuit and the car circuit.
Yes. Flight, car, and tour bus.
Yes, RV.
Yeah. So,
chanting the names of the divine all the way across. laughing across.
Yeah, when I was flying, I knew where I was going. When I was driving, I knew where I was going. But when I was in a tour bus and I had a driver and it was just
Right.
one city to the next. After about 10 days
Yes.
on a 50-city tour,
Yes.
I literally did not know what city I was in.
I understand you. Yes.
It was amazing how you lose that locale
And the time.
and time.
Yeah, it's a huge practice in surrendering.
Yeah, time stands still on a tour.
Yeah, it becomes nil.
Yeah, it's like you start off the tour, it's springtime, and then you're working really hard, you're hitting all these cities, and you're doing all this stuff, you're meeting hundreds of thousands of people, and then you end the tour, and it's snowing.
No,
You're like, wait a minute.
Wrong suitcase. Yeah, you have to switch it out.
I just left here. It was springtime.
Yeah.
And now I'm back home. It's snow. What do you mean snow? It's winter? It's winter?
Yeah, and you have to pack for multiple seasons sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. It's a real...
Put that mic closer, yeah.
It's a real practice in surrendering and trusting.
Yeah. And I was on tour, we had a civilized bus. See, I was the tour manager, and I hired 6 promo girls. Okay. So I was kind of the boss. I set the rules. I set the curfew. I set the guest. I set the, what could be on, what could be off.
Did that work?
It did.
Good.
It did. When you've got one person that drops the rules and the law on tour,
yes,
it's kind of like a captain in the sea, and you got maritime law. And that's it. Once you go
we needed that.
Once you go 3 miles off of the shore into international waters, the captain is now the law, the judge, the jury, the executioner.
Yes.
It's I kind of ran a tour like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we leave your hometown, none of your rules apply. Because my rules are for the safety of the crew.
We may have needed a little bit of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was very, 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 very strict on the curfew, which is when you had to be back to the bus.
That's nice.
Very strict, because driver fatigue.
It's so real.
Is the most important safety component.
For sure.
On a tour. So the driver is like a clock. They roll into town. They do their daily things. They read the paper, whatever. They go to bed at exactly the same time so they can wake up fresh to drive 9-10 hours through the night.
Mm-hmm.
So if we aren't on the bus, locked and loaded, when the driver is taking his last cup of coffee just before he put the key in, every minute after that, we are eating into driver fatigue.
Yeah, I totally understand.
And the driver fatigue happens on the back end. So it's mile or two away from your destination is when they drift off.
Oh, for sure.
And fall asleep.
It's the whole thing.
Where if they had left 10 minutes before,
right,
they wouldn't have drifted off. So I was very, 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 very strict.
That is smart.
Very strict.
There was a point that one of the persons I toured with and we had to be at this festival. We were in LA, or Joshua Tree, and we had to be in Wisconsin, within the next day and a half.
Yeah.
So we drove, I think it was 4 hours on and 4 hours off, and we had a van at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just switch back and forth and sleep literally, boom, 4 hours, and then it was like that the whole time. Driver's fatigue kicks in, for sure.
It does kick in. So not good. You gotta really plan for that.
You do.
And I did. And they were like, well, that's not fair. We're partying. We're with our friends. I haven't seen my relative, my aunt. And I'm like, that's not my problem. You got to tell your auntie.
Do you hear that, Kirtan artist?
Visit time is over at 11:30 because 11:45, the bus is leaving. And I told these girls, I said, always keep your ID on you and always keep your credit card.
Yeah.
Because when the bus is gone, you're going to need your credit card to book a bus or a flight or a train or a taxi to get to the next city to catch up with us. And I said,
oh my gosh,
that's just how it's done. You have to book your whatever to get to the next town because the bus is rolling.
Oh my gosh.
I will give you 10 minutes.
That's amazing.
That's it.
Well done.
So keep your ID and keep your credit card. And guess what? A few girls actually tried me. They're like, he's just kidding. He's a nice guy. He's not going to leave us in a strange town. And they'd come back and the bus would be gone.
Oh my gosh, you're brutal.
Like, where are you? I'm like, we're on the road. I told
Where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Well, you can't. I'm like, look, here's the deal. We're doing 60 miles an hour. if you get in your car with whoever you're with right now and drive 75 miles an hour, it will take you about 2.5 hours to catch us. That's your choice. Next thing you know, we're driving along and side of us we hear bump bump beep beep, and I think, hey, pull it over, we're here.
Oh my gosh, that's brutal. Good for you.
But that's how
Keeping
I
it
got down.
safe.
Keeping it safe, man. My driver is the most important person on the entire tour.
Agreed.
And I don't waste not 1 second of his fatigue on anybody else's party.
That's nice of you, I think, for sure.
Yeah. So if you look up and you see me on your tour bus, you know you're going to get there safe.
Don't mess with this guy.
Don't mess with me, man.
Keep it on this tight ship.
Keep it on the tight ship. You can do whatever you want. You can have as much fun. You can be with as many people. Any contraband has to be off the bus, but you can do whatever you want, A to Z. But
That's
the
awesome.
there's only one thing that you cannot do, and that's to show up late.
Are you still on tour?
No, but right now I'm putting together the PodBrother show. And, I want to get an interview with you. So don't go far. So, like, 90 seconds. Okay. She just did the chanting and the singing. And
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
She was awesome.
Oh, my word. What's your name?
Anthea.
Okay,
Don't go away, Anthea.
Don't go.
'Cause we're just about finished. So we're doing tours. So are you still touring, or are you taking a break, or?
We'll see. I kind of go where the wind blows. So what happens is someone will ask me to go on a tour with them, and if I'm available, I go. I was asked to fly out tomorrow, but I think my gut is saying just slow down.
Okay.
So I think that's the answer, is to just slow down.
You just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad you took a couple of minutes to stop by and kick it with the PodBrother and share some of your world.
This was awesome.
Sweet. So how can we find you on the web if anybody wants to like follow you?
On the web? Well, you can track me on my Instagram account. It kind of shows where I'm at in the world.
Everybody. Okay. What's your Instagram?
Kel Love.
Miss Kel Love.
That's me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna follow you.
I'm gonna follow you.
Not in a stalker kind of way, but like an Instagram
kind
of way. But
I won't stalk you.
If I see your tour schedule, I might try to figure out how to pop up at one, and then you'll be like, "Are you stalking me?" I'm like, "No, I just wanted to get some love. That's all. Some cow love. That's all I wanted."
Thank you.
All right. Well, cool. You can find me at podbrother.com. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming to the party. And Adam and Kathleen, they do an amazing job of hosting some wonderful events, and I'm glad you could be here.
Thank you so much.
Kimbo, what's up? What's going on?
So good to see you.
Good to see you. How you been?
Good.
What's poppin'?
What time did you guys get here?
PodBrother was popping.
What's going on with that beard?
So you want to come and do a little spot with me later?
You know, every time I say I do it, I never do, but I'm gonna try this.
All right, before you get out.
I will for you.